So the BPM for this project is 140. The key that I'm using is D sharp, and I'm going to start with the synths. First and foremost, I have sidechain already in there every time that the kick or the snare hits. I'm going to start with this sound. So this one started actually with a sine wave, but then what I did was touch the pencil icon in here, bring the zoom in, and then I started playing with drawing the harmonics myself until I got like a nice tone. Now it sounds like that. I then enabled oscillator B, phase distortion from B. On the effects, I have compression, multiband, mix all the way up, reverb plate with these values over here, then an EQ cutting everything below 2000 like this. Then outside of the patch I just put a bit warmer. This is a preset from Ableton. I just tweak a little bit of the values like the drive and this in here. Then I put some erosion, white noise, and finally an EQ, and this is just like cleaning up the sound, not making it so harsh, because before without that is like a little bit too resonant. So that's what I did. That's for that first one. Then I have this FM Wub. So let me show you how that one was made. So I started with the sine wave, this LFO shape, which is going to be modulating various stuff. So I'll break that down in a second. Then a harmonic series, wavetable position 5. The first thing that this is automating or modulating is the phase distortion amount, 13%. Sounds like that so far. Then I enable a filter with these values right here, and that's being modulated by the LFO1 as well. That's where you get the movement from. Then I put some hyper dimension, some compression, multiband, or single band this time actually, and a little bit of reverb whole mode. The LFO is also modulating that, as you can see. Then I also put a noise oscillator, AC hum 1. This is going direct out, meaning it's not going through the effects, and the LFO1 is also modulating that. Outside of the patch, I just put an EQ shaping a little bit further, making the sub louder and this part a little bit softer, a little bit cleaner. Something that I'm doing with this one specifically is playing with the rate of the LFO and the curve of the shape. So as you can see, I have this curve macro, and that's just making that change whenever I go to the section. And I also changed the rate of the LFO to 2 bars. So if you don't know how to do that, it's pretty simple. You just need to drag an LFO to the curve that you want to modulate, like this one for example, and that will give you the ability to move that curve like that. Now let's jump into this bass fill. So that one is pretty similar to the previous. So sine wave once again, LFO1 is looking like this. Notice that I'm on triplets mode, and the smooth knob is around 56%. The LFO1 is modulating the level. I still have some phase distortion from B, 33%, and the harmonic series, wavetable position 4 this time. LFO1 is modulating the level, and LFO2, this is a new one. I have it on envelope mode, half of a bar rate with this shape, and that's modulating the phase distortion amount. Without it, it kind of doesn't evolve. With it sounds like that, which is what I wanted. I also have a sub that is going directly out into the bus 1, and the LFO1 is modulating the level of that. Then noise, this atmosphere 18, LFO1 is modulating the level. Filter 1 affecting oscillator A and B. and this values over here. On the effects, I have hyper dimension with these values, then some reverb, decay around 5 seconds. Also check out the low and high values. This delay is just making things a little bit wider. And then this single band compression and utility, making everything mono below 160, somewhere around there. Lastly, as I said, the sub is going directly out into the bus 1. Bus 1 is going directly out, and if I go to the effects and if I go to the bus 1, you can see that I have some effects in there, like this filter with these values. This is just, you know, affecting the sub oscillator. Some stuff clipping, and this EQ. Right on. Now let's go to this Pluck, which I think it adds like so much emotion to the drop. Something that, you know, guys like Swomp, but also guys like Location or like Chmura, Daggz, all those people kind of sometimes add to the tracks of the trees as well. Sometimes it has like this reverb return track that I didn't mention before, but I have like a return track with this reverb, and this is just like, you know, stock reverb from Ableton, nothing too crazy, but it has like a lot of that reverb. And let me show you how the patch was made. So this is actually just a sine wave. Check out the unison is 3 voices though, and the envelope looks like this. This is kind of like the key of the sound. I'm playing octave 4 and 5 on this one. That's also important. If you play like a too low octave, it's not gonna sound good, or not gonna sound like this. Then on the effects, I just have compression, single band, delay, and reverb. Yeah. By the way, if you want to play with this drop, I have it uploaded to my Patreon along with the presets. So if you want to check it out, check the link in the description. Now let's go into this sub drop. This is actually a rack that I have also on my Patreon, so I'm not gonna break it down in here, but basically what I did was just increase or touch the drop knob. Normally it comes like this, which is just like a sustained sub, but then I put like a little bit of a drop, and that's about it for that one. Then going into this one, the arpeggiator is actually the key. Without it, it's just like a little Perc sound. This is the glass lid 3 noise thingy. Envelope looks like this, modulating the level, and the pitch is something that I am actually automating. So I just touched the config button, and then I clicked on the noise pitch button, and then I got that out of Serum, and then I just created this little modulation or automation. And then with the arpeggiator, what I'm doing is setting this on the free rate, so not on, you know, fixed mode or synced to the project, but free rate in milliseconds. And then I did a little automation like this. That's it. That's basically the whole thing. On the effects, I just have a little bit of multiband compression, some reverb. I mean, well, this is delay, ping pong delay, but I also do have some reverb, as you can see. And then I'm just EQing out the lows. Then I have that nice choir thing, and this is actually from Serum. This is a preset from Serum too. So the only thing that I added to it was actually this filter at the end and this LFO4. That's kind of like my only addition to this preset. And what it's doing is just like giving it that movement. Without it, that's how the preset normally sounds. So LFO 4 looks like this. Triplets, this shape, smooth knob 36%, and it's modulating the cutoff in here, and panning just like that. Yeah, pretty cool effect. And I also have this reverb throw automation. This reverb throw is also part of the project, so if you get the project, you'll get everything basically that you see in here, including the racks that I'm using, like this reverb throw and the sub drop rack. So without it, it's just it has some reverb, but I just wanted like an obscene amount of reverb. And then I have some cool ambience sounds, just something that fitted the drop, like this, like that one, and this last one. And this one has even more reverb, like without it, it's just like pretty dry. So, you know, tracks like this, kind of like this ethereal, organic, world-based music, uses, well, first of all, like samples like this, but second, a lot of reverb. So I highly suggest you to just start implementing that. Yeah, then going into the drums, it's normal pattern, nothing too crazy. Something that I did for the hi-hats was adding this short delay, making things a little bit wider. And then every other hi-hat I did like a small little fade, and I changed the volume. So every other is kind of like a different volume. So just making it a little bit more human, less robot, basically. And then I just have some cool perks to fill up the groove a little bit more. Yeah, I think if you like this, you will probably love my location tutorial. So tap the video on screen and I'll see you there.